Hey guys, Alex here, otherwise known as Clash Style. Welcome back to this video where we are going to be jumping in, checking out this insane war between baby sharks who are playing out with baby tiger sharks and Veer Maratha 2. Now this was in the UWL playoffs. These guys absolutely popped off. You can see it was so tight. Baby sharks won on stars 14-13, but Veer Maratha actually were up on percent. All the attacks in this war were just absolutely insane. So let's jump in and check out some of the quality action. Okay, so the first one we're going to be jumping in here and checking out comes in from Dr. Greengrow of Baby Sharks, and he's going to be coming in here with a Yeti bowler smash against MJ Manoj of Veer Maratha 2. Going to be kicking things off with this Grand Warden walk from the top section of the base. You can see, as always with these style of attacks, you want to create that funnel, you want to get that Grand Warden up there, just doing a little bit of work, making sure he rips through some of these buildings. Brings in a sneaky goblin from that left hand side of the base. That's going to be used just to clean out a couple of those compartments right there. A couple of those resource buildings to help create the funnel to push them into these compartments. Tesla farm, however, on that left hand side might cause a couple of issues, but the Grand Warden doing a little bit of work here, making sure he's pushing his way right on through. King doing a little bit of work over there on the left hand side as well. P.E.K.K.A is going to be brought in, and then we get the siege barracks, of course, with a P.E.K.K.A coming out of that to help out proceedings along just a little bit quicker. King certainly is taking quite a bit of damage on that left hand side, so we're going to have to go to his ability just to make sure we don't lose him too early on in this attack, because he's pretty vital here for creating that funnel. Yetis and those bowlers now going to be making their way straight in towards this town hall compartment. You can see we do have a poison spell which is going to go down there on those clan castle troops. Unfortunately, looks like it may have just missed those super minions on that in the center of the base. Now on the left hand side you can see those hog riders going to be coming out. We of course have that royal champion going to be swinging in behind. That is going to help us pretty quickly get through that single target inferno, but unfortunately the bomb tower and the wizard tower in combination rips through those hog riders really quickly. We do end up freezing over there on that left hand side. That's going to try and just allow this RC to maybe get through a couple of these structures on that left hand side, and the enemy queen. Yep, down she goes right there. We still have the RC and the Queen ability in hand, as well as a free spell for the back end of this attack. So already this is looking absolutely crushed here from Dr. Greengrow. Still got a couple of those bowlers left up in the middle. Not too many Yetis. In fact, I don't think we actually have yet any Yetis at all left up in this attack. RC ability gets dropped over there on that left hand side of the base. Luckily the ability did hit that single target inferno, so I think she may just be able to get it down. It's going to be tight. She just gets the single target inferno down with her last spear, but not before it takes her down. 3 Seeking Airmines taking down 3 of our healers there over on the right hand side, but there is enough left up here on the back end for Dr. Greengrow just to speed on through and smash the remainder of the base. Got a clean up minion to sneak in as well, I would imagine, from somewhere a little bit closer than maybe some of the other attacks we'll see in this war, but it's a 3-star nonetheless. So nice one coming in there from Dr. Greengrow to kick things off. So without any further ado, we'll jump in and check out the next one. Okay, so the next one we're going to be jumping in here and checking out, it comes in from MJ Manoj, who we just saw coming in on defense, and now the tables have turned. Dr. Greengrow going to be coming through on defense for this one. Starting off proceedings here with a hybrid actually for Veer Maratha 2. Queen Charge making her way in from this left hand side, actually pulls an army of those skeleton traps already. It looks like she's going to have to work her way through 2 of them. Couple of Teslas do end up popping up over here on that left hand side as well, so we're going to have to drop in a baby dragon, it looks like, down there just to try and make sure this queen really walks in. But the funnel is set, there's nothing really going to pull her out, so she should hopefully walk right into this scattershot compartment and deal with that nice and quickly. If they can get the pathing correct, should also be able to sneak her potentially in to grab that town hall. Just need to wait and see if she passed there. Gets a relatively early pull on those clan castle troops, does drop down a poison spell. Out comes that lava hound. That's going to slow up proceedings a little bit. Does drop down that rage spell. The poison spell still in effect. Luckily it looks like it was just on the enemy queen as well, so that allowed our queen to get through a little bit quicker. Really early actually coming on here with the hybrid portion of the attack. The king and the siege barracks going to be working their way up. Well, should have been working their way up along this right hand side. Unfortunately, looks like maybe the P.E.K.K.A and a couple of those wizards end up pushing their way into the center of the base. Drops in another super wall breaker there on that left hand side. That's going to help the queen through just a little bit. We've got the tornado trap which does spring up right there as they make their way into this Eagle artillery compartment. So that's gonna, that's gonna cause a few issues. King's ability gonna get popped over there on the right hand side of the base. Single target Inferno unfortunately does lock on to him, but we've got the barbarians from his ability actually gonna take care of the enemy role champion quite nicely over there on the right hand side. But the queen's still going strong in the middle of the base. We've got one free spell which goes down on that multi-target and free spell, one free spell to go down on the free spell, nice. One free spell that goes down on the multi. We've got another free spell which we're going to save there and also goes down on the multi-target Inferno, because that was slowly just chipping away at our Hogs and Miners as they make their way on through. But the difference in these attacks is the fact that they still have this queen up on the back end. You can see we are going to have to go to her ability because she's got quite a lot of these defenses shooting down on her. Wow. And of course, queen goes to ability and she decides to walk, so we don't end up really getting much value from her ability. We actually have a P.E.K.K.A, which I believe came out of that siege barracks right at the start, doing a little bit of work here on the back end, but this one is absolutely crushed from MJ Manoj. GG's on that one. Let's jump in and check out the next one. OG Bagger comes in with the next one here, and this is one of my favourite strategies. If you guys know me, if you've been watching my channel, you guys know I'm a big Dragbat fan. I love to do Dragbat attacks. I just think they're incredibly strong, and this base is screaming to be drag-batted. You can see there is only one multi-target Inferno. We've got all the wizard towers pretty much on this bottom and left-hand side of the base, so it should not be too difficult. OG Bagger going to kick things off here by bringing in his queen from that right-hand side of the base. She's going to be working her way down. She's going to be able to grab the air defense right there and pick off a couple more structures. Really not getting the biggest value out of her, but she was able to create that funnel quite nicely. King smashes his way all the way up that left-hand side. Look at that King go. Not taking too much damage either, so he might actually be able to step in and grab a little bit more value on that left hand side. Keep an eye out for him. OG Bagger actually coming in here with a Flybird. I didn't realize he had those super minions coming in behind. Look at that King. He grabbed that air defense on the left hand side. He might actually be able to grab the Eagle Artillery. He does. He grabs that Eagle Artillery as well. So that King was absolutely insane. Got so much value on that left section. In comes that blimp. That's going to push a couple of Yetis in to grab that town hall for us. Out come those clan castle troops, of course. 3 headhunters and a double super minion coming out of that. Going to slow up proceedings a little bit here for the dragons. They do quite a bit of damage, but we're now going to start bringing in our bat spells from this left hand side of the base. They do get through that nice and quickly. We've got plenty of these free spells to help us get through the back end. Just manages to get these free spells down at the correct time. Still got one free spell to drop, one of which goes down on that single target Inferno at the top, the last of which is going to go down on the air defense right there, and this attack is absolutely godly coming in here from OG Bagger. He smashes this base wide open using Dragbat, which, as I said, is such a good strategy. I love seeing it in action. Creating that funnel so vital for the dragons, and the bats can just tear through the back end pretty much of any base. And look at them go. Obviously they do like minus 500 damage to storages, but they can tear through the rest really quickly. GG's to OG Bagger on that one. Let's jump in and check out the next one from Veer Maratha 2. Harsh going to be coming in now against Burgi using one of these forgotten strategies. No, I don't think it's quite forgotten just yet, but it certainly was OP in the previous meta, and Harsh going to be using it a little bit here in the current meta. It is the ZAP Witch attack. Now, before we would see attackers taking down both of the scatter shots, 5 zaps, 1 quake on each, but now it's 6 zap spells and 1 quake just to take one scatter shot down. So the meta certainly has changed a little bit, but it doesn't mean that these spam witch attacks are just forgotten about. Doesn't mean they're not OP anymore. On certain bases like Burgi's right here, they are certainly absolutely dominating. And yeah, Harsh throws in a line of ice golems, throws in a line of witches, and he's just going to smash everything right up through the barrel of the base right here. We've got quite a few of them pushing around this right hand section of the base. That's going to help out our RC a little bit in there. Jump spell going to give us access through into the middle of the base right now. Single target Inferno, of course, not going to be any real issue here for the skeletons as they propel their way on through. We've still got the RC doing some serious damage over there on the right hand section. Double Yeti, interesting troops coming out of that siege barracks right there. I sometimes like to bring the Hog Riders, similar to a hybrid, with the RC coming in from one of the sections so the witches can push up the other one. Queen is going to take that jump spell before any of the witches really get in range. She is going to be able to step up there and deal with that multi-target Inferno, which was really the only thing that could have stopped this attack coming in from Harsh. Last hero ability is going to be the RC ability over there on that right hand side, cleaning out a huge amount of those defenses. An army of witches. We've got a couple of Yetis in there as well. The Queen's still up, the Grand Warden doing some work over on that left hand section as well, still making their way around. And this attack is just absolutely dominating here. Rips through Bergie's base. It really didn't stand a chance. Nice use of those zaps and the earthquake at the start. And who said this attack was dead? Yeah, I don't know, but those witches, loads and loads of skeletons going to be summoned out there on the back end. One Tesla, the only hope here for Bergie on defense, but it's of course not going to be enough. And this base gets absolutely smashed wide open using the not the super witches, just the regular witches coming in with those ice golems. GG, let's jump over and check out the next one. Alright, so Savage going to be swinging on through with this next hit, and this hit is certainly savage. Indeed it is. We've got these Inferno Dragons coming on through with those skeleton spells. It looks like he's going to be starting off with a Wimp, a Blizzard, Super Wizard Blimp. I still can't make up my mind what it's actually going to be called. He is going to be bringing that in here from the bottom section of the base. Is able to grab a couple of Seeking Air Mines there with the air defense. Throws down the invisibility spell. Throws down that rage spell. Looks like unfortunately he does catch that tornado trap, which is going to halt up proceedings for a little bit. Gets another rage spell down. Sorry, another invisibility spell down. That is just going to help them get through a couple more of these defenses, and they completely wipe out this right hand side of the base. Looks like unfortunately they're not going to be able to get any more value there, but they do a really good job. They did what Savage was looking for them to do. They take down that entire Town Hall compartment, and the good thing in this style of attack, the Town Hall's already dealt with, so that huge amount of splash damage that comes from that Town Hall is not going to be any issue here for Savage and his mass Inferno Dragon hit. We've got an E-Drag working its way over there on the left hand side. That's going to be used in tandem with our heroes, who are just starting to help create that funnel as the majority of the balloons and these Inferno Dragons start making their way up from the bottom section of the base. We do have a couple of those skeleton traps in there. Of course, as with all these skeleton spell attacks, those are only going to be used really to tank for some of these big defenses. The Grand Warden statue can do so much damage onto Inferno Dragons, so just getting a couple of shots from that onto the skeletons are OP indeed. Throws down a free spell here on the enemy queen. It can certainly do a little bit of damage as well. We do have a scatter shot doing some pretty damn serious work over on that right hand side. So we drop down another free spell. That's going to allow those Inferno Dragons to get up to a full heat, as obviously with the Inferno Towers, the longer they are on any structure, the more damage they do. Our C ability going to be used up there on the top section of the base. Still has one freeze and one skeleton spell to use here on these last couple of defenses. Single target Inferno in some attacks that might be the death, but because we've got that free spell, because we've got that skeleton spell, that's going to be plenty to tank for this Inferno Tower on the back end. And I mean, this base is absolutely crushed here. Didn't stand a chance. Savage's queen can't make up her mind where she is. She's just, you know, doing some laps of honor around that top section of the base, still with her ability in hand. And yeah, this is an absolute godly hit. I love to see them. GG's on that one. It's Savage. We've got a couple last attacks to watch in this war. Next one from Veer Maratha 2, so let's jump over and check it out. Karen going to be coming in on this next hit against my good friend Pfizer, who you guys have, I'm sure, have seen in the streams and on my YouTube plenty of times. Karen going to be coming in here with a Sui Lalo attack. Now, this can be very, very difficult to pull off, but he's actually going to be starting off the proceedings with this blimp coming in from this right hand side. Looks like he's going to be throwing that all the way into this compartment right there. Should be able to get a good chunk of value from it. Throws down those invisibility spells. Looks like he's got those invisibility spells slightly off, because unfortunately the scatter shot was actually made invisible, but able to take it down right there. Not really going to be able to grab too much more value, I don't think. Going to get a couple shots off there on the clan castle, but doesn't end up grabbing too much from those super wizards, but does take down a good chunk of the base over here on that right hand side. RC now gets brought in from the right section as well. That's going to be used to try and help take down the Lava Hound. Unfortunately, she was so close to taking down the cannon right there. Might even have been worth throwing down one balloon just to try and help take down that cannon, because look at the amount of damage it's doing onto our RC right there. We have to throw down that poison spell. We have to burn through the RC ability already just right at the start of this attack. Poison spell is going to allow the RC to get through a couple of those pups, but did she get as much value as Karen was maybe looking for? I don't think she really did. She's nearly dead already. She will be able to snipe down this wizard tower for us in a couple of shots, but she is not going to last too much longer. Yeti makes its way in from the top section of the base. Looks like we brought in a minion there as well. King and Queen are going to be pushing in to try and grab this air defense. You can see it is going to be doing a little bit of damage, and luckily we can get it in range. Super wall breaker coming in right there. Made sure that Queen took down the air defense so the super wall breaker wouldn't go into its compartment. and actually targeted the wall section next to it. King and Queen stepping up, grabbing that Town Hall, and now Karen can start thinking about getting his Lalo portion of the attack coming in, and that's exactly what he does from this left-hand side of the base. Already we get a couple of minions coming in. Time can be an issue with these sort of attacks, so not wasting any here. Freezing up the scatter shot in the middle of the base, hasting through a big clump of those balloons. That should be able to take it down relatively quickly with the help actually there of the Grand Warden, who, by the way, still has his ability to drop. Freezing up the Expo and the Inferno Tower there on the back end of this base. There is the Grand Warden ability finally going to be coming in, hasting everything through here on the back end. One free spell still left in the hand as well, which I would assume will be dropped down. Nope. We're going to save that free spell maybe for the Tesla or for the air defense left up here in the back end. Gets a little bit unlucky with that split. Unfortunately, looks like the air defense on that right hand side so close to going down, not quite able to take it. But yeah, this Lalo portion of the attack, it tears through the back end of Pfizer's base. Got a really good chunk of value with that blimp. Heroes OP as always, and yeah, rest in peace Pfizer's base 2021. Time to watch his 3-star attack in this war, and I cannot wait. Okay, here we go. Pfizer going to be coming in with this Wimp, Super Wizard Blimp, Blizzard, I don't know what to call it. I cannot make up my mind. So I see these all the time. They are just so strong. And Pfizer certainly has got this strategy down. He throws down the Wimp right there. That's going to get a little chunk of value there. When I say a little chunk of value, I mean it's going to absolutely tear through this base. It grabs the Scatter Shot. It grabs the Eagle Artillery. It might be able to step up there, even grab the single target Inferno. Of course it can. It grabs the enemy Queen there. That's nuts. How can you defend against a god like Pfizer? He smashes through the right-hand side of that base. Didn't use that many spells, honestly. He actually swags one of his invisibility spells. It looks like he's going to pull out those Clan Castle troops. Maybe it was actually the Super Wizard Blimp that pulled them out, but he's now going to be bringing in his dragons from this right-hand side of the base. They are going to be doing some serious work pushing on through. RC comes in from that right-hand side. Smart play, drop him down that invisibility spell, just trying to prolong her lifespan. King and Queen making their way up along that left-hand side of the base. There's the Seeking Airmine only catching a balloon. That's not going to cause too many issues. Town Hall is now activated, so does need to be careful. Smart play drops down the Grand Warden ability right as we catch that Tornado Trap. Nightmare for Fives there. Means that Grand Warden ability maybe not going to quite get as much value as it could have. Nice use of the heal spell. You don't often see the heal spell coming on through with the dragons, but he uses it right there. Just going to kind of keep their health ticking up a little bit, freezing up a couple of these defenses left up here on the back end. Does miss that multi-target Inferno with the free spell. That's not really going to cost him too much on the back end, because look at the amount of dragons we still have left up on this base. Double Seeking Airmine on that left hand side. Not even going to be able to take down the dragons because they still had full health, probably because of the heal spell. Couple of these super minions, super goblins or sneaky goblins or whatever they're called, coming on through in the back end, and Pfizer can easily bring in the triple, and this led to their 13 star win over Veer Maratha 2 and pushes them into the next round of the UWL playoffs. Absolutely godly hit coming in there from Pfizer. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy this video. If you did, drop a like and a comment below. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.